here we are, January, not even a week in, and this is the first movie that I've seen in theaters so far this year of 2020. And boy, let me tell you, man, am I disappointed. Hello, travelers. It's been a minute. It's been a hot minute since we've done one of these. But here we are. We're off to a great start, ladies and gentlemen, with World War III on the horizon. I thought, why not go to the old theater movie show and go catch a showing of a reboot produced by Sam Raimi? Like, yeah, that'd be a good idea, right? Well, turns out not so much. Where do I begin with this? The Grudge. This is a reboot. We've already had an American remake, reboot, however you want to call it, of the movie in the early 2000s. There's the original Ju-on Grudge, the Japanese original. We had the American Grudge. There have been other adaptations and I think other remakes in the past, like sequels maybe, but when it comes down to it, this is supposed to be a modern, I guess, retelling of The Grudge. And from the trailers, I was interested. For one, Sam Raimi's been producing some pretty decent films these days. I don't know if you got a chance to see Don't Breathe, or even one of the more latest ones that he helped produce, Crawl. They're both ones that I at least was invested in to an extent, and I enjoyed more or less. Like, Don't Breathe I actually really enjoyed, and Crawl, though trailer kind of spoiled a lot of it and it was a bit predictable in parts, like I also still enjoyed Crawl as a movie overall. Funny enough, the marketing and the trailers for The Grudge actually intrigued me. Like, it seemed like it'd be creepy, it'd be horrific for sure. It got smacked with an R rating in a red band trailer, but when it comes down to it, we're going to go see The Grudge. We're in this for a movie about The Grudge. The other ancillary characters hardly matter for the sake of this. The Grudge is about the ghost of this fucking kid who was killed horrifically, tragically, and now haunts anybody who comes and latches on. And that's the whole premise. The Grudge is one of the worst movies I've seen in a hot minute. I mean, from start to finish, it was unengaging, uninspired, frankly just boring, and just nothing about it clicked at all. All the performances are extremely phoned in, from the lead actress delivering these lines like she's just reading them from a paper, to like even Damien Bichir. And this guy was in Hateful Eight. This guy is like an actor who I've seen do a good job with acting, and even in this, it just seems like he's like, I'm here for the paycheck. That's all I'm here for. In a movie like The Grudge, it's a horror film about The Grudge. I know I keep saying this. I'm saying this over and over again for a reason. This movie finds it necessary to give you The Grudge, right? And as a kiddie corner, The Grudge plays a backseat role to this family, the mother and her son, and it's just them, and it'll keep bouncing to them. And then as this gal who's a detective, or a cop or detective, it never makes it too terribly clear, as she's digging more into the cases surrounding this one house where all these murders and deaths happened. And so it keeps trying to make you feel for this family, right? The detective and her son. And then it keeps bouncing back and forth to these other sub-families. Like you would have there's a whole thing about like a baby being born, this whole husband and wife, and like they've been together for 50 years, and now it's supposed to be a very emotional thing, but like, none of us give a shit about any of this. Like, it's supposed to be a movie about The Grudge, and normally I don't mind if a horror movie can, bring in somebody like, I don't know, Don't Breathe did a good job of it. It was like, it ended up becoming a horror movie. It was like a thriller that ended up being horrific, but I don't know about you, but you cared about the main character going in. A good horror movie, I think, like, some horror movies will either embrace the horror and be like, alright, all you're here for is the blood, the guts, the action, whatever. But then some other horror movies will be able to bring in plot and story elements and characters that matter, and you'll actually be invested and care about them. This movie did neither. I shit you not. All it did was provide you with the usual rounds of very terribly lined up and poorly timed jump scares, a bunch of searching, through the house, through the dark, and you think you see something and you don't. You think you see something and you don't, and then boom, jump scare, and that's it. The creepy factor would be the old, we're walking through and you see the long black hair, the creepy like Samara looking thing in the background, and like only we see that, and that's what matters. The only positive redeeming factor I can bring from this entire movie is probably Lin Shaye's performance. She does great in all these types of movies. She's honestly the only possible positive I can take away from this. But when it comes down to it, I'm just gonna say, don't waste your money, don't waste your time. Even me, I have Regal Unlimited. This movie was free to me, and I still just... It's a really shitty movie. It's a bad movie. Do not waste your time. If you want to see a better horror movie that's out, I don't know what's out right now, but I mean, fuck, Lighthouse comes out on Blu-ray. It's already out on digital. Like, go see Lighthouse if you want like a better movie that has better horror elements and all around better quality. Go for that. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. But yeah, I'm going to do more of these movie reviews, ideally for every movie I go see in 2020 going forward. Actual movie reviews back on the channel called MovieMan Productions. So when it comes down to it, I would unfortunately, actually not unfortunately, you know what? No regrets here. The Grudge, 1 out of 5. Lowest I can give on the film scale. And I think with film, we're going to go with ratings of out of 5. And with television, we'll stick to ratings out of 10, I guess, like Netflix shows or TV shows or what have you. But I don't know. So that's my take on it. Grudge, 1 out of 5. It's a shit movie. There aren't even any little gold nuggets hiding in it that I thought could have been highlighted. It just was... The only good thing about it is Lin Shaye and like the trailers. The trailers sold me on what I thought was going to be like a good horror film about The Grudge. Instead, I got a weird multi-family melodrama that had The Grudge off to the corner, kind of like waving the hand and putting in some spooks and some scares, but ultimately having no real major impact for the movie, the story, or anything going on. It's a bad movie. I hate saying that about certain films, but when it comes down to it, The Grudge is a bad movie. 1 out of 5. If you thought it was good, or you disagree, by all means, comment below. If you want me to go out and see something else, or if you want me to review a movie that has come out and you want my opinion on it, like anybody wants that, because I've been missing out on movie reviews for a long time. Again, comment below any movies you want me to review. If I've seen them, I'll just go ahead and post my review. If I haven't, I'll go watch them because I like movies. No, scratch that. I love movies. Just not The Grudge. So thank you guys and gals so much for watching. That's my review of The Grudge. If you want to go see it for yourself, I recommend against it, but otherwise, if you want to go see it just to see how bad it really was, Godspeed, I guess. I don't know. This might not be the setup every time that I do this. Things are kind of in a mess and in flux around me right now, and I'm trying to figure out the best format for doing movie reviews going forward. I don't think it's going to be this every time, but something better, maybe similar to this, I don't know. But stay tuned for the next movie that I review. Goodbye, travelers.